Hi everyone, we are back to recommend more titles from our digital collections that you can access from home. Why don't you get us started, Brian?
Thank you. My book is The Long and Faraway Gone by Berney. It's available as an ebook and an audiobook on Hoopla, and also as an audiobook on Libby from Overdrive. And it's a fantastic book, and it's one of the very few books that I've read multiple times. It essentially follows 4 different storylines. Back in 1986, in Oklahoma City, 6 employees of a movie theater are murdered in an armed robbery. And then a week later, a teenage girl is kidnapped from the Oklahoma State Fair. And then some 20 years later, a survivor from the movie theater shooting and the sister of the missing girl are both struggling with these huge events that took place earlier in their life. So it's a great book, great characters. The author seamlessly transitions between the 2 time periods. And it's just very, very enjoyable. So Jane, why don't you go next?
I read Unsheltered by Barbara Kingsolver, which is available on Hoopla as an audiobook and on Libby by Overdrive as an audiobook and ebook. This actually was the second time I'd read it, and I enjoyed it much more this time, I think, because of what we're going through right now. But it alternates between 2 centuries, the current times and the late 19th century in a small New Jersey town. It's a novel about a woman who is trying to save her family from the potential loss of their home as a result of underemployment. Well, not exactly a light read. It is the type of book that pulls you in because you want to know what happens with the well-developed characters. It touches on issues of immigration, healthcare, the economy, materialism, and even Charles Darwin. It examines the personal and social shocks that ensue when people's assumptions about the world and their place in it are challenged. It spoke to me because of some parallels to our lives right now and how important shelter always is, but especially right now. It made me think about social upheaval and an ever-changing American dream. While it is a novel, some of the historical characters are real, and it was interesting to learn about them. Although the ending is not exactly a happily ever after, it does provide a hopeful feeling about the human instinct for survival. Laura, tell us about whatever you read.
I am recommending a fantasy. It's dazzling, intense, well-written, a whirlwind epic fantasy series. It's called the Daevabad Trilogy by S.A. Chakraborty. The first book is The City of Brass, and the second is Kingdom of Copper. The third book, Empire of Gold, comes out in June. So if you read this now, you're getting ready for its release in a couple months. It follows Nari, a con artist in 18th century Cairo, as she's swept away into glittering Daevabad by a jinn named Dara. But all is not what it seems in this Arabian Nights-inspired world. These books can be found on Hoopla Audio, which I would highly recommend listening to. And it's also available on Overdrive and Libby as ebook and audiobook. Shelley, yeah, tell us about your book.
Okay, I'm going to be talking about a book called Gone by Midnight by Candice Fox, and is now available as an audiobook on Hoopla. This is a great detective mystery with a terrific plot and lots of twists. 8-year-old Richie Farrow disappears from a hotel room. He, his mother, and 2 other families are staying in the hotel. While the parents wine and dine in the hotel restaurant, the boys are upstairs alone in their hotel room. The parents check on the boys every hour, and then when the parents return from dinner around night, Richie is gone. Richie's mother requests the help of 2 private investigators to assist the police in this investigation. Both private investigators are imperfect and quirky. Both have been mistreated by law enforcement and society. One lives on the outskirts of town in a rundown house with domesticated geese as his house pets. The other investigator speaks in rhyme and uses her own unique skills to inject humor into many situations. The book is set in the tropical climate of northern Australia in a small, swampy town. which is kind of a good read given where we're housed in place right now. So you throw in some rogue police officers, a homeless biker gang, a possible love interest, and crocodiles, and you have a great twisty story. It is narrated by a charming, engaging, and entertaining narrator. This book is the third installment in a series of these private investigators. However, it is a standalone book. You don't need to read the first 2 books in order to follow and enjoy this story. I loved this book and the other 2 so much that I hope Ms. Fox continues to write more in the series.
All right, I really appreciate all these diverse reads, a lot of great stuff recommended. Again, all of these titles were available on Hoopla. That means they're accessible now with no wait. And we'll be back again next time with some different CCPL staff members with more recommendations. We thank you for tuning in, and we hope you stay safe and well. Thanks.